All right. Are you in support of the U.S. strike in Sokoto as part of a collaborative effort to fight insecurity?
It's not a question of whether one is in support. Every reasonable or sensible person must be in support of everything and anything that needs to be done to bring this ugly situation to an end. So the issue of the strike in Sokoto State, not Sokoto itself, still remains largely controversial because I don't know whether you have seen, but I'm still to see the pictures of where the strike took place. We don't know what really happened. We've not seen pictures of the bandits that were killed or whatever. So this lack of clarity also doesn't help matters. But by God, whatever it is that we need to do, whoever it is that has the means, this should have ended like yesterday. So it's not a question of any sane human being who is a Nigerian and proud of this country and proud of themselves must be happy about anything that is being done, to end this ugly situation.
Right. What's your thought on the state of things in the country? Is the present government led by President Bola Tinubu headed in the right direction?
I don't know, direction to where. In the final analysis, I think, my mother used to say that everybody's tears are falling on their chest. Essentially, I think our concern should be looking at our own personal condition, not in a selfish manner, but asking ourselves, are we better today than we were yesterday? Most likely people will say no. But I think also that we must also think very clearly about the things that are a priority to us. And for me, as long as the government has not been able to properly get its hands around the issues of security, there's no amount of economic policy, there's no amount of any other thing that you can do that is not tied to this insecurity. So unless and until this is brought to an end, everything else that government does is very closely tied to the state of security or lack of it in Nigeria. So for me, you can be headed in the right direction if we have not been able to very aggressively bring this to an end. And I've been saying it for the last few years that we need some kind of a calendar or a timeline. Okay, if I were the president, I would say to the people in charge of security, between now and January, between now and March, between now and June, between now and we've given you all you require. We need to see, if we don't see an end to this, you disband and then you let everybody can go back home. We try and find a different team. But there is clearly an almost total lack of political will in terms of getting this whole thing behind us, because it's not possible that these criminals or these characters have a power structure that is insurmountable. The question is that, again, perhaps their supporters, their sponsors are still going around in agbada and in suits, and they're still around. Whether the halls of power are out of it, we don't know, but we have a severely compromised security situation.
Thank you for listening. Join us tomorrow again at 8 p.m. to give answers to the next disturbing questions in Nigeria.